on these issues that you have highlighted. At Parliament, both sides of the political divide are there. Why couldn't that happen?
But remember, the threshold is very high when it comes to voting for the repeal of the 1997 Constitution, 75%. They could not get consensus, political consensus in Parliament. That is why it was kicked out. But remember also, there were other opportunities for us to get this draft passed. Now, when there was a stakeholders forum among the political parties, 10 sticking points were identified. All these 10, there was convergence in almost all of them, except one, the retroactive clause. And we went to Abuja. I was there representing the Citizens Alliance Party at that time. We were hosted by Goodluck Jonathan to discuss. Political party heads were there to discuss the constitution. We all agreed on almost the 10 sticking points, except the retroactive clause. And all of us in the room agreed to at least negotiate and accept the retroactive clause to be removed in exchange for us to have a constitution, a kind of a bargain. The UDP was the only party in that room that disagreed. So effectively, the reason why we don't have a constitution today is because of the UDP and its leadership. Because at some point after it was thrown out of Parliament, we agreed on almost all the issues except the UDP. So today, and again, I think that even if it doesn't pass now in Parliament again, it is going to be the same UDP, because they are saying that even if a comma is removed from the CRC draft, they would still vote it out, and that they want the original draft to come back as it is, which is not possible.
Would that not be the fact that either side of the political divide is not willing to compromise if it fails?
No, but the NPP was willing to compromise in Abuja. They were willing to compromise. They were willing to give and take. All of us were willing to give and take. And the only sticking point was the retroactive clause. Had the UDP agreed at that particular meeting, would have passed the constitution after that. But unfortunately, that did not happen.
Okay. Now we move to the next question. The fact that government has announced the regazetting, that is, it just mentioned the phrase, refined the constitution and now published it in the Gazette, meaning it is to be introduced to Parliament some months to come. What process did it take government?
With rectifications, obviously, making sure that the contentious points were there was a convergence of agreement. Series of consultations were done. One was the first phase, two phases particularly. First phase was in December 2021 to 2020, March 2022. This one was sponsored by the UK Foreign and Commonwealth Office. It was chaired by Goodluck Jonathan. Party leaders went to Abuja. We had discussions. Some issues were raised, some contentious issues were raised. There was convergence in some issues. Dr. Ebon Chambers. There was a high-level meeting among political parties. Civil society were engaged. Of justice and the principles of the rule of law, and also to ensure that the constitution that we are going to bring is aligned with our democratic principles and our democratic values, but also with the aspirations of the